Greetings, it's Ian from RTL here. Welcome to Thursday, which is a bit different this week because we've got no Battle Royale ties. There is the draw that's happening today. So instead we've got part 2 of the Neil Young story. And we're going to look at start looking at his solo career, of his solo albums. And in the 60s, he only put one out, which was his debut album, and it is just called Neil Young. Now, this is his first album since his departure from Buffalo Springfield in 1968, and this one was released on the 12th of November 1968. So, Neil Young is joined by Roy Cooder on guitars and production, Jack Snitchell on electric guitar and arrangements, James Messina and Carol Kay do the bass, George Grantham and Earl Palmer do the drums, and doing the backing vocals on this album are Mary Clayton, Brenda Holloway, Patrice Holloway, Gloria Ricetta Jones, Shirley Matthews, Gracia Mitchell. So the first track on here is a track called The Emperor of Wyoming. It's a nice song. It's got a bit of a country folk feel to it, some nice guitar work on this, great vocal from Neil, good opening track. Up next is my favourite track on here, and it's The Loner. I love the Hammond organ on it. It's got so much richness, it really adds to this. It's got a little bit of a rocky beat to it, and it's got a good vocal from Neil. Good track. Up next is If I Could Have Her Tonight. Another track that's got a nice arrangement. Another fine vocal. It's got that nice country feel without being dreary. Some of the country songs are a little bit dreary. This one isn't. It's got a nice ring to it. Then we have I've Been Waiting For You, second favourite track from this album. I love that lovely distorted guitar on it. That's one thing I like about Neil Young, the way he's got that real nice distorted guitar. Great vocals, a touch of organ on this that really works. Good track. Then we have The Old Laughing Lady. Not a big fan of this. It's a little bit wishy-washy. It just doesn't seem to go anywhere. Not a favourite track on here. Okay, side 2 opens up with this little short thing called String Quartet from Whiskey Boot Hill. It's a bit of a yeehaw sort of track. It's alright. Doesn't really fit on the album, but it's a lot of fun. Then we have a track called Here We Are in the Years. Now, sometimes when you listen to this early stuff, Neil's voice reminds me of David Gates from Bread. This is one of them tracks. You could imagine David Gates singing this. It's a really nice song as well. Really well written as well. Then we have What Did You Do to My Life? Got that lovely distorted guitar on here again. Solid track. Really like that one. I Loved Her So Long. Now this is one of those songs it's a really nice song, but for some reason I think some of the vocals Neil started to whine, and you know, what are you doing that for? I don't know why, but I do like the track. And then we have the last track, Last Trip to Tulsa. Now this is a 9-minute song, but this is good because I like how it flows and the structure of it. It's split into 2 or 3 little bits. And I like that, but it could have been actually 3 tracks separate, but they kept it all together, and it really works. There's a sort of slight pause in the differences, but yeah, I don't mind that track. It's a pretty good album. Gets forgotten about. I think, you know, it's his first album. Sometimes with the What Came, people forget about it, but it's a solid album. There's some good tracks on here. I think there's a couple of bits that I weren't too keen on. I mean, you've got The Old Laughing lady. It didn't work for me. It just doesn't fit on this album. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, coming up next is Pick and Mix. And we've got Painted by Numbers this week. And we're going to look at the album artwork of Black Sabbath. So join me for that. Bye for now.